Her voice came to me through the hospital's sterile air, soft but certain. "Uncle, I hear strange voices at night. I'm scared." I looked down at her, 8 years old, fever burning through her fragile body, eyes hollowed by shadows no child should carry. Her lips trembled when she spoke, but her gaze was fixed, unwavering. I forced a laugh. "It's just a dream," I said. But I knew it wasn't. Not from the way her fingers clutched mine, as if she wanted me to drag her out of something unseen. Not from the way her pupils widened, like she was remembering more than she dared to say. That night, as the monitors hummed their steady, indifferent rhythm, her words echoed inside me. Strange voices. Scared. I didn't sleep. And when I finally left her side to get water, I saw something that froze the blood in me. My wife. Sitting in the corner of the waiting room, phone pressed close to her ear. Smiling. A smile too tender, too secret, to be mine. I didn't hear the words, but I didn't need to. Her expression was enough. Something was already broken. I told myself it was nothing, stress, exhaustion. But the thought lingered, sharp as glass under skin. She'd kissed me quickly when I arrived, whispered that everything would be fine. Yet she hadn't stayed in the room with my niece. She'd chosen the waiting room, chosen the phone call, chosen someone else. The fevered child begged for comfort, while the woman I loved found solace in another's voice. That night, I sat in the dim hospital cafeteria, staring into bitter coffee. She joined me, brushing a strand of hair behind her ear, pretending nothing had happened. Her smile was casual, but her eyes flicked too quickly, as if measuring me. I said nothing. Silence was my weapon, because silence allowed me to see. The late-night texts she hid under the table, the sudden showers before bed, the phone always face down, even in sleep. Details lined up like quiet soldiers in my mind. Not proof, not yet, but enough to shift the ground beneath me. And when my niece clung to me again, whispering about voices in the dark, I realized the parallel. Children fear what they cannot see. Adults pretend they cannot see what they fear. I became methodical. Her phone bill arrived in the mail, unopened, a mistake. I memorized numbers, searched patterns. One number, constant. Calls at midnight, texts at dawn. At work, I requested overtime. She believed me, but instead of staying late, I drove past the address attached to that number. A man lived there, alone. Curtains drawn, lights burning well past midnight. I watched from my car engine off. Once, I saw her step through his door. She didn't stay long, 20 minutes maybe, but when she left, her hair was slightly undone. I felt nothing, not anger, not despair, just the steady coldness of confirmation settling deeper with every detail. DNA tests crossed my mind, not for my niece, her parents were not in question, but for my own daughter at home, the girl who shared my smile. Or did she? I took the test quietly, collected strands of hair, a toothbrush, sent it away. At night, I lay beside my wife, breathing in rhythm with her, though I could feel the foreignness radiating off her skin. She thought she was safe, that I was blind, but blindness can be faked. The envelope arrived on a Tuesday, plain, clinical, its contents heavier than paper should be. I opened it at the dining table, where the morning light cut harsh across the wood. One glance was enough. My daughter wasn't mine. I folded the paper once, slipped it into my jacket. That evening, I handed the envelope to her. No words, no accusations, just paper sliding across the table between us. She opened it, eyes skimming, widening, trembling. Her hand flew to her mouth. A sound escaped her, half sob, half gasp. I watched, calm, still. "Please," she whispered. I said nothing. The silence was suffocating her, wrapping around her throat tighter than any hand could. The next day, I visited the man's house, I didn't knock, I didn't shout. I simply left the report tucked into his mailbox, addressed in her handwriting, though she hadn't written it. By nightfall, the war had begun. She stormed through our home, demanding explanations, begging for forgiveness, cursing his name, cursing mine. I gave her nothing, no words, no defense, just the same cold silence. She unraveled herself without my help, called him, screamed at him, accused him of betrayal he hadn't committed, because I hadn't lied. I had only given him the truth. By morning, her world was ash. I packed my things in silence. She sat on the couch, eyes swollen, hair tangled, the shell of a woman who once believed she could control the narrative. I paused at the door, not looking back. "You'll hear strange voices at night, too," I said finally. "Not from fear, from memory." I left her with that. And as I stepped into the cool morning air, I felt nothing. No grief, no loss, no love. Only clarity. The truth had spoken louder than any scream, and I would never hear her voice again.